Hello and welcome to Boycott's Best. In this episode we have a test match for you in England at Headingley, Leeds. England versus West Indies in the 1984 series. Now it was a 5 test match series and the rampant West Indies had already won the first 2. So in this third test match, remember it's at Leeds, there's always a little bit in the pitch, there's always something happening for the seam bowlers. So we'll have a look at the 2 teams. West Indies, you'll see, are all the great players there. The 2 openers, Greenwich and Haynes, then Vivian Richards, Clive Lloyd, the batsman wicketkeeper in Geoffrey Dujon. But whenever you look at the West Indies, you look for the quick bowlers. Holding, Garner and Marshall. What a side. England lined up with some unfamiliar names. Graham Fowler, left-handed opener, Chris Broad, left-handed opener, and a new name, Paul Terry. Davy Gower was captain, with Alan Lamb, a very good player of fast bowling, Ian Botham, Paul Downton, the wicket-keeper. Now the 2 seamers were Pringle and Allett, with Nick Cook, a left-arm spinner. I could never understand anybody playing spinners at Headingley, because our pitch has got a few snakes in it. It's always great for seam bowlers. And then Bob Willis bringing up the rear. He had over 300 wickets at that time. Well, England needed to regroup. They won the toss, and even allowing for the vagaries of the Leeds pitch, they decided to bat. I suppose that showed a bit of confidence and positiveness to everybody. Now we'll pick up play with Joel Garner bowling to Graham Fowler.
Well, first runs, and look at that outfield now. No need to chase that. It's fairly raced away for 4 square on the offside. That's overpitched. Not quite time. Forward push again. And that's a good contest. And touch and go there, whether that ball just hit the ropes or not. And I think Eldin Baptiste is being very honest about it. Took a nasty knock on, and that's out. Yes. So Fowler goes LBW to Garner for 10 with just 13 on the board. Stroke there almost reminiscent of Mike Gattin at Lords. So here's the debutant Paul Terry, and the Yorkshire crowd giving him an excellent hand.
Slightly slower ball from Malcolm Marshall and beautifully clipped away there. It's a searching examination for young Terry. I watched him make 176 down at Bristol a couple of weeks ago, playing for Hampshire against David Graveney's team. He made them very well. He's very much a front foot player. No, he's off the mark. You can regard that as being a stroke of luck for Paul Terry. Super catch, Harper. He's got a marvellous pair of hands and he's so quick. Terry goes. Caught Harper, bowled holding for 8. It's 43 for 2 now.
That's racing away. With no chance at all of stopping that. So the 50 comes up for England, right on the end of the 20th. And he's given him out. Yes, not offering a shot, LBW. But, he's gone. It's another failure for the England captain, leaving England on 53 for 3.
In fact, I think it was probably a little bit unlucky there, but it did seem to bounce a little bit with that, and possibly it could have gone over the top.
Garner to Lamb. That's away, and Sizer. in to complete his over. He gives away 4 runs. Short one, and Alan Lamb got well on top of it this time, cracked it away square for a very good 4 runs.
Good shot. And I rather suspect Lamb was waiting for that. He probably saw that Baptiste was dragging his feet through the turf and snatching at the ball and was cranky and reckoned it might just have been a bouncer. And he's gone straight away. Clive Lloyd catches him. That's spun quite sharply. Harper claims his first wicket. Broad has gone for 32. It's 87 on the board now for the loss of 4 wickets.
It's definitely turned. Chris Broad falling away from that as he's hitting it. Getting an outside edge, and Clive Lloyd picking up a miss from the
Short and 4 runs. They'll come onto that very quickly indeed. Hit it down, hit it hard, and hit it very well. This is Harper to bowl. There's a quicker ball offline. Could in fact run for you. Well, that's something quite unique. I doubt very much whether you see them all run 4 again during the course of this match. So it's Garner with both of them facing. That's a fine shot. And again, that'll be 4 more. That really on the half volley. More runs for both of them. Nobody will bother to chase that once again. The races up the hill. It's found a little bit of green lush grass out there, but it hasn't made any difference. And that's the other way. Short, hooked away. And once again, Larry Gomes, the fielder down there, never any chance of stopping it, although it was very futile of that young lad to come out and do the fielding for him. That puts a 50 partnership up.
Beautiful stroke. Gone way, way over the fence and back into the crowd.
That's a similar sort of shot that he played at Edgbaston and got out, but of course today the slope and the wind and everything are really in his favour. It's going to go that way all the time.
Now comes the problem for Clive Lloyd. If Harper is getting a bit of stick, what will happen to him now? In fact, umpire Evans is chipping him again about running down close to the line of the stumps. An interesting situation coming up here. Could we finish up without any West Indian bowlers? If Harper's warned for running too close to the line of stumps and not allowed to bowl, Marshall's got a broken hand, Garner's damaged an ankle, and Holding has a stress fracture. Good 50 for Alan Lamb. Follows up the 100 he made down at Lord's. Oh, they've gone for that, and it's out. Both of them has gone. Hesitation there. Wicketkeeper and Slips all went up. I'm not too sure the Slips could have seen it because it went down the leg side, but Geoffrey Dujon and the bowler had absolutely no doubt. Both of them was far more hesitant before going off.
Yes, it certainly deflected. It either went off the splice or the gloves, somewhere up at the top there, but certainly the ball deflected quite a way.
runs there for Downton. A long chase for Gus Logie. And an enormous amount of ground to cover, and it's all in vain. It's a Baptiste again. That's a good looking stroke. Off the back foot, 4 runs all the way. Beautifully timed shot there by Alan Lamb.
Greatest to 201 for 5.
Lamb on the 79 was a brilliant shot. Good shot. Now this will be a good chase for Logie. He can run fast, and even that is going to get away from him. Alan Lamb now to 98. Downton 17, 234 for 5. Logie. And 100 for Alan Lamb from the misfield. Pressure on the fielder, and Alan Lamb goes to a century. And I think in years to come he might look back on this as one of the best hundreds he's made in first-class cricket. Test level, it's been an outstanding performance from Alan Lamb. Clive Lloyd has taken his second sharp catch of the day, and the one that must have gone on a little bit with Harper's arm, or Downton played inside it, but a good piece of bowling from the West Indian off-spinner Roger Harper. His second wicket, 236 on the board now for England, and 6 wickets down. Oh dear me, what a shooter. Lamb's gone. That was just about the unplayable delivery, that one. It spun back, I reckon, a foot and a half, and just about ran along the ground. Oh, put him down, and not really something Michael Holding will be very pleased about. Geoffrey Dujon, rather a lazy attempt there with the right hand.
Yes, and a slightly lazy shot. It didn't do much, but really the keeper ought to have been getting 2 hands to that.
Not much doubt about that. And Pringle now is left with Cook and Willis to come in. Allett goes, bowled by Holding in the most conclusive fashion possible.
And from the other end there, the Kirsten Lane end, more or less a straight ball, and he got completely across it.
Jones is very fine, but not fine enough for Pringle, and that's what he must do. Partnered by 2 tail enders. Brings up the 250 for England.
That's all over for Nick Cook. Pitch that a good deal further up and beat Nick Cook as much with sheer pace as anything. It's hoisted ahead there, it could be it. Yes, safely held there by Desmond Haynes. So Pringle falls in the end for 19, gives 200 wickets there to Michael Holding. Great performance by a very great fast bowler. 270 then all out, England total, with Willis being undefeated, 4 to his name.
270 all out England, and that came about through a fine 100 from Alan Lamb, who was a brilliant player off the back foot and a great player of quicks. Both of them made 45, and then we come to the West Indies bowling. It was Michael Holding with 4 for 70. He completed a milestone of 200 wickets for West Indies, the 4th West Indian ever. His nickname is that quick, is Whispering Death. So, on to the West Indies innings, and we'll pick up play with Paul Allett bowling to Gordon Greenwich.
Well, it's a pretty good start on your way back. That ball just leaving Gordon Greenwich.
Safe for 4, there's no third man. And that's exactly why he's doing it, so the ball will carry to him instead of bouncing in front. First blood to Willis, Botham and to England. 16 for 1. And Gordon Greenwich, the hero of Lords for the West Indies, is the man to go.
Gordon Greenwich on his way back there, and here you can see a very good delivery from Bob Willis, bouncing a little bit, just carried to Ian Botham.
And just stroked away through that big gap at mid-off. I think that ball's going to carry all the way, and Pringle gave it up quite a long time ago. Well-deserved wicket there for Paul Allott. Desmond Haynes, really for him another failure to his name. He goes for 18, and it's a fine start this for England, with West Indies now 43 for 2.
Yeah, Paul Allott's bowled fairly well out there today, and he's deserved that success. He's beaten all the batsmen that he's bowled against on both sides of the bat, and he's certainly deserved that little bit of luck that you need.
Well worth seeing again, because you don't see this too often these days, a batsman of that sort of class bowl between bat and pad. Very beautifully driven through mid-on, again with no apparent effort whatsoever. Too far away from him. Yeah, I saw to his right. Just a bit of footwork up there is so 4, but they've gone through for 3 quite comfortably. It's been 53 of the 70 runs taken off him so far. Hasn't yet completed 8 overs. There's some more there. That's 4 more, I'm pretty sure. Although it's Fowler chasing it this time, he's got a better chance than anybody. But his speed is all to no avail. So 22 runs going from that Bob Willis over. Quite remarkable.
4 more. Going, you need a lot of discipline in your bowling. Pringle. Richards goes. Allott claims another wicket. And that is the one that England needed so badly. Just as Gomes and Richards were cutting loose and tearing the attack to pieces, Allott is struck. He didn't bowl badly to Richards, even when the great man was striking him down the ground. 78 for 3 now. It's a good shot. Don't bother running for that. Could have gone anywhere, but in fact it's split the gap between third slip and gully. Safe again. Twice now in 2 overs, Lloyd has flashed at Botham, and the ball has gone where a first gully or a 4th slip would have been. But unfortunately, you can only have 11 fellas out there.
And that's racing away. I don't think even Allott's going to stop that. Don't make into another expensive over here.
Gower's got him. Lloyd's not at all happy about it. He goes. There's nothing difficult about the catch, but the shout was very, very loud from all the England players. Just on the edge of the rough. Takes him on to 50. What a good series he's having. 143, 10, 92 not out, and now 50 not out. Geoffrey Dujon gets off the mark with rather an airy-fairy stroke. Rather a checkered start. First of all, no stroke offered and must have been very close to LBW, and then this one that flew just past both of them.
166 now for 4. Pringle to Gomes. And that's 4 runs. Shot that he plays so well and so effectively takes Gomes on to 61. That's 4. Firmly struck a little twirl of the bat, and away she went. And he's gone this time. So Alec strikes again. Well deserved his success here today. That's his 3rd wicket to Dujon LBW to make it 201 now. So 5 men out.
Useful delivery this, and Dujon playing all round it.
Good catch, nicely caught out there at extra cover. Baptiste goes without scoring, and Broad was the catcher. Allott claims another wicket, and that's a good performance from him. That was a good catch from young Broad. It was going away from him, slicing away with the spin. He grabbed it in 2 hands. He's given. And Roger Harper goes 206 for 7. No score for Harper, and Gomes is still on 74.
Yes, and once again, pushing forward. A little inside, outside edge, and up goes Paul Downton.
It's in the air and it's gone many a mile. Just flew the boundary quite easily. Might have come off the meat of the bat, or it might have come off the top edge.
Well, it wasn't that bad a delivery, actually. Michael Holding just deciding to give it a swish.
Bouncer, Alice under it, or was he? Yes, he was. Straight over the top. 2 sixes, successive balls to Michael Holding. I think that one was the top edge. Holding goes to 24.
That's short, and it's really got the treatment. A tremendous shot again by Holding. Not often you see a 6 hit on the first over of a morning's play in a test match, but the ball thoroughly deserved it. It was a bad ball for Willis halfway down. And that's going to be 4 runs for Larry Gomes, because there's no 3rd man. Good shot, beautiful shot. Just lent into that, stroked it away through mid-on. Sort of shot which have been pretty typical of Gomes' performance in this series. I think he's middled that one all right. There's no need for anybody to chase it. It's gone a long, long way up towards that long-on boundary. 6 runs off a no ball. So that's it. West Indies go into the lead with wickets in hand. That's another one, and David Gow really has to give Bob Willis a longish rest, I would think now. Grabs his sweater at the end of the over, 6 more, and Holding goes past 50. Great big smile all over Michael Holding's face. And my word, there's every reason for it as well.
Is there waiting for it, takes it very neatly, no fuss or trouble, and Willis at long last claims Holding at some expense.
And here's Michael Holding picking up this bounce and getting a little bit tucked up, top edging it, and a very competent, well-judged catch this by Paul Allott.
Holding out for 59, Willis to bowl to Gomes now. Just 5 away from the 100. Garner's going to look for 2. And he's gone, trying to get the second run. Garner has run out, Gomes is left stranded on 96. While Malcolm Marshall's coming out to applause here, we can have a look at the way in which Joel Garner was run out.
Yes, I think if Joe had made his mind up for 2, you see him going back there, and he's looking all the time when he's turning around. If it had just gone and run out, he's not running at all there, then look, he stops and sets off again. If he'd gone really quickly for 2 from the word go, it would certainly have made it.
Good thinking, good tactics from Larry Gomes, and a great innings. He's not your normal flamboyant player from the West Indies, but my word, he's a good cricketer. It's his 7th Test match 100. He faced 187 balls in this innings, hit 14 fours.
He's going to get 4 runs there. Chopped it down. They've certainly gone for 2, but as the ball races away for 4 runs. So that sees West Indies past the 300 mark. 302 for 9. And he's caught. Yes, very good catch indeed. Went extremely quickly. So Bolton snaps up another one. It's the end of the West Indies innings. Marshall goes. It's a 6th wicket for Paul Allott.
West Indies 302 all out, which meant a slender lead of 32. And that was brought about really by Larry Gomes, who was basically the unsung player in that array of talent. He just goes about his business and collects his runs quite nicely while everybody's watching all the stroke players. And then Michael Holding with a fine 59, and Malcolm Marshall, who came into Barter with a broken thumb and stayed there while Larry Gomes got his century. In the bowling, it was Paul Allott, one of his finest bowling performances, 6 for 61, and really what he had to do he did well, which was bowl line and length and let the ball do the work at Headingley. Now then, we'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be England in their second innings.
A magnificent shot by Graham Fowler.
And that's in the air. Baptiste is the man just behind square, and the first wicket goes down for England. 10 for 1 they are, with Chris Broad caught Baptiste, bowled Marshall for 2.
Certainly Malcolm Marshall generating a great deal of pace there, and that delivery really climbing.
That's out. Terry is gone. Ball of very full length. It didn't look to me as though he got very far forward. The only question would be whether or not in umpire Constant's mind he managed to get outside off stump. But he seemed to be beaten for sheer pace by the big man.
Yeah, fine piece of bowling this by Joel Garner. He'd driven Terry onto the back foot, and there he goes. He slips in that one, well up to him.
the back foot. This could well beat the fielder for 4 runs. 7-4 to Graham Fowler, and that's the difference. 34 now for 2, so finally England have nudged 2 ahead. Michael Holding's enjoying a great test match here. Comes in now for his first bowl of the day. That's a good shot. Fowler getting nicely in the position. Gower is certain that's going for 4. But Gomes is giving chase and Gower is right. Holding again to Gower. That's repeating the shot. A lot more time there, not quite the pace of the last ball he put away around there, but everything right about that shot. And, excellent shot. Takes England past the 50 mark. 52 for 2 now. That's a good straight firm drive by Gower for 4. The first run's off Harper there after 3 really excellent overs. Short again, another fine shot from Gower. That's 4 more. That's hit very firmly and very crisply and in fine style by David Gower. Off the back foot, 4 glorious runs. He moves on to 35.
Shot for 4. Beautiful stroke. Right to the pitch of it. Kept it down. And that was a delightful stroke from Graham Fowler. And a half century now to Graham Fowler. The score goes along to 99 for 2.
It's Gower on 43, Harper again. And he's gone this time, yes, caught behind. Well, he's bowled jolly well, Harper. He will be a little worried. I think he hadn't picked up a wicket earlier on, because he's turned the ball, he's beaten the bat, and finally just caught the outside edge of David Gower. And he's gone, caught the ball with one hand. So Marshall snaps up that very valuable wicket of Graham Fowler. 106 for 4, and Fowler goes for 50. Tremendous effort this by Malcolm Marshall. Came into bat, batted with one hand, insisted on playing his part, came out with that left hand heavily strapped. He's taken a couple of wickets now, and this the second one. And that's out, LBW, up goes the finger. Alan Lamb hardly moved at all, just shuffled across, one nip back into him, and Marshall, the real West Indian hero now. His 3 wickets is taken, and it's 107 for 5 for England. Lamb goes, LBW for 3, and big and serious trouble now for England. Marshall then to Downton. That's a good shot, that's 4 runs. Nice piece of time in there by Downton.
Now here's Marshall. What about him? There's 4 of them. Good stroke that. Nicely over the top of it. Kept it down away from Harper at 3rd slip. 4 runs. 100 lead now for England. And there's no doubt about that. That is big trouble for England. They needed both of them there overnight, and Garner has got through with a magnificent delivery. A bouncing leg cutter. Both of them had to play at it, nothing he could do about it. And Geoffrey Dujon has taken the catch. First runs of the morning for Downton. There's no shortage of applause here today, even though it's a smaller crowd. Every run absolutely vital to England's slim chances. Never write off side that has to bowl last. I wonder if Malcolm Marshall's had some reaction from the work he did on Saturday, because he's off a short run and he's only bowling medium pace. And he's got it, even though Richards came across in front of him. Clive Lloyd caught that. That's got to be one of the best catches we'll see in a long time. He must have been obscured and put off by Viv Richards, but still managed to catch it. And Marshall has struck at medium pace.
And if you watch carefully, I think you'll see that Nick Cook's trying to get the bat out the way in the end, and it just hits the middle of the bottom. And a brilliant catch there by Clive Lloyd.
It was off the mark. Oh, close. More than that, it's out. And it looked absolutely plumb from here. That was beaten for a little bit of extra pace. Marshall is still only medium fast this morning, but he's picked up 2 wickets. And Pringle goes for 2. LBW to Marshall. It's 140 for 8 now. 4 runs. It's a good shot too from Paul Hallett. And he's gone. Another one to Marshall, 6 for him, equaling the most number of wickets he's taken in a test match innings. And he's doing it all at, well, I suppose about 3/4 rat power.
This really is a terrific delivery. Pitching there and keeping really very low indeed. And just trapping him in front of the off stump.
24.4 overs, 9 maidens, 6 for 44. England 114 ahead. 4 runs to Willis. Brings up the 150 for England. Some cheer from the morning. Hasn't been much before that. Wickets falling everywhere. 150 for 9. Willis goes to 4. Downton is 19. Still fighting out there. Shot. There's 4. That may well turn out to be Downton's tactics here. He might reckon it's better to try and pick up 8 runs from the last 2 balls and then take the risk on Willis getting a single. And he's gone this time. Inside edge, I suspect. Marshall has 7 wickets. His best ever figures in Test match cricket. He's taken all 4 to fall this morning. And right on the point of half an hour after the start of play, England, having been 135 for 6 at the start, have been dismissed for 159, and Marshall has 7 for 53.
England 159 all out. Only 2 players could manage runs. Graham Fowler 50 and David Gower a nice 43. But in the bowling, it was that man Marshall who blew away everybody. 7 for 53, and he did it all with a double fracture of the left thumb. It was in plaster, and he actually caught and bowled Fowler. So how he did that, I'll never know. It must have hurt him. The target for West Indies is 128.
It's a fairly normal way for Gordon Greenwich to get off the mark these days. Over pitch ball cracked through mid-on for 4. There's 4 more, and Gordon Greenwich is in a hurry. fairness, there were 2 half volleys, but half volley is a half volley to Greenwich, no matter who bowls it and when he bowls it. It's overpitched. Another juicy half volley, and Haynes not going to miss out on those either. It's 4 more. There's a half volley, and there's 4 more runs. Perfect illustration there of the on drive.
You can't hit him any better than this.
Runs there, he's found a big gap on the onside. It's Haynes. Just about to stop it before it reaches the rope. He'll just stroll very casually 3 runs. Takes him on to the 30 mark. Well, that went like a quick leg break. Pitch reasonably wide, I think, but went a long way.
Bob Willis to Greenwich. Shot. Beautiful timing, 4 runs. Nice shot by Desmond Haynes. It'll run down the hill. It'll beat Pringle. And a good firm stroke from Haynes through that gap between stumps and mid-on. Haynes goes to 24. Greenwich 33, 67 for naught.
Derek Pringle taking over from the Kirkstall Lane end.
Starts off with a nice slow, medium, long hop.
Well, what can you say? You can't bowl it any worse than that.
Bit of exercise for Alan Lamb this time. He hasn't seen much of the outfield in this match. He's been one of the close catches nearly all the way through. But it's an excellent field in the outfield. And that's going to be 4. Possibly off around about the glove area, just over the top of Downton's outstretched hands. Probably the first quickly, see if he can come back from the second. Indeed he can. And so the 100 will go up on the board. And yet again, these two have got the side away with a century partnership. 46 of those to Greenwich and 41 to Haynes.
Good shot in the end. That kicked apart from the spin that was on it. And even though it's inevitable that West Indies are going to win this match, there's no let-up out there. This pair, Greenwich and Haynes, have a matter of pride to spur them on. They're going to try and get through without losing a wicket and keep up the standard of the West Indies, which has been so remarkable in recent times. And they won't do it now because Haynes has gone caught up the leading edge out at extra cover off Nick Cook. Well, that must have pitched round about middle and leg, I would think.
And you can see the line of the bat. He's whipping up wide of mid-on and he just straightens. And Fowler picks up a marvellous catch there.
Indies gone. Cook has picked up his second wicket. It's a bit late now. And Greenwich just missed its half century. Inside edge onto the pad. Paul Terry takes catch in Test match cricket. And the West Indies now 108 for 2. And of course you must take into account a player like Viv Richards, who just comes out and whacks the first one without being quite sure that it was going to spin or go on with the arm, thrashes it past point. Oh no! Paul Allott at mid-on.
Well, this is quite remarkable. Perfectly straightforward, flip to mid-on, and down it goes.
Well, he's absolutely right. Don't know from where he picked up the billboard, but it's going to be hanging above his mantelpiece, I should think, for quite some years. 4 more. That's a good shot. No ball as well. 127 for 2, so everything is all levelled up now, and West Indies need just one more run to win. All the West Indian supporters ready to rush on. That is it. Some of the players are going to make it.
Well, the West Indies didn't hang around. It only took them 32 overs to score the runs, finishing on 131 for 2. Greenwich and Haynes both made 40 odd. Vivian Richards came in just at the end there for a little 22 not out. If we look at the bowling figures, Nick Cook, the left-arm spinner, managed 2 for 27, but he got his 2 wickets when basically it was all over. At the top, Bob Willis, none for 40. Well, this was Bob Willis's last Test match, and he finished his Test career with 325 wickets. And he was a very good bowler, very fast, very accurate bowler. So, it was a win for West Indies, quite easily really, by 8 wickets. That meant they went 3-0 up in the series. There was a 4th and a 5th Test, which they won both of those as well, and finished with a 5-0 blackwash of England. Wasn't really a surprise, was it? Anyhow, thank you for being with us. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.